Everyone. A few days ago, I went and filled up the gas tank with gas. And when I got there, there was a sign up there that said non-member price 169. And I quickly drove in. I thought, oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden it changed to 159. Being a member has its benefits. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Because as I was standing there about to fill up the gas tank with a plastic glove on, a latex glove on, I realized that to be a member of certain things has its benefits. Also, being a little bit more unusual seems to also have its benefits. Over the last several months, we've been all unusual. We've been adjusting to this thing called out of the normal or the new normal or whatever you want to call it. And in many ways, it's been a benefit not only to me, but the place in which we live and the place in which we all live. Because when I had my mask on and my gloves on, I was contemplating what this new normal has done. What has it done to all of us? What have we taken on and what have we forgotten or brushed aside? One of the things that we've taken on is this idea of tending and mending. This idea of not only taking care of ourselves, but taking care of others, being a member, being unusual, being a little bit out of the normal space, getting a little bit beyond what we're thinking of in this realm of being abnormal. One thing I've done, and we've done as a family, my daughter lives in California, my son is in Virginia. Their mother is about 1.5 miles away from where I live. And together now, since March, we've been doing these family meals. First, we did a meal together. The second thing we did was we made Easter bread. So each one of us had a recipe, pretty much the same recipe. We all got online via Zoom, and we made our own Easter bread. I got a little carried away here with the folds and manipulating it a little bit. But it's been a real pleasure to be a member. And then a few days ago, we all got together again in our respective places, all took out a recipe, and we all decided to make the same thing. This time, it was something that we've really been taking for granted over the last several weeks, and that is making our own homemade pizza. So as a family, we would have normally gotten together. Somebody would have gotten a plane or a train or a car and driven hundreds of miles or thousands of miles. But in this case, our new normal has been to get together over this thing, share not only an experience, but share something that we've made together. What I think has gotten left aside, has gotten blown out of the waters here, is something that happened just a week ago. Something now is so distant, it might as well have been forgotten the day that it took place. And that was Earth Day. Earth Day. I don't know if you've noticed, but the skies are clearer. People with asthma are starting to breathe a little better. I used to drive 400 or 500 miles every week, putting 40 to 60, sometimes more, 40 to 60, spending $40 to $60 to fill up the tank. I think if we were to look at a tree ring, perhaps 10 years from now of this particular year, this particular time period, that tree ring will be enormous, will be so huge to show just how much this tree grew during this time that there was less pollution, less smog. When we walk in the woods, we see, especially now, all the wonders and beauties that are taking place because of this unusual, this out of normal routine that we're in. Being a member of the human race and a member of planet Earth, we stumble on things like this coral fungi that comes in so many different colors, white, yellow, brown, lavender, pink. All of these right beneath our feet. That's happening now and are growing and flourishing because of this unusual feeling, this pink earth lichen, which takes its nourishment from a rock, from a piece of granite, and also photosynthesis. But for the most part, it gets its nutrients from a piece of rock. Imagine that. Talk about being out of the normal. This rock tripe lichen that you see in front of you gets all of its nutrients from dissolving a little tiny bit of nutrients from that piece of granite and using those nutrients to survive. All this is happening now. All of this is happening more because of this out of normal situation that we're in. These vernal pools, there have been a lot of rain over the last several weeks, and these pools are collecting. And over the next several weeks, these pools will be a lifeline for a number of different species, all because it's unusual. These these spotted salamander eggs have just been deposited, and in a few weeks they will hatch. And when they will hatch, they will bring new life into this unusual world, a world that I hope we continue to be unusual. This yellow spotted salamander is a prime example of just how we need to be unusual. We need to be a member of our environment. So when I was sitting there or standing there, pumping gas, watching that sign change from non-member status to smart pay member, I thought how important it is to be a member. And I also thought of how important it is to be unusual. Thank you.